My name's Hector, and my voice sounds like this.
My name's Devin, and my voice sounds like this.
My name's Derek, and my voice sounds like this.
Our YouTube intro should just be like a sped up Lucky Star opening. Today we're talking about Pokemon Generation 1 in general. I haven't played Generation 9, the Scarlet game, for reference. These two have.
I haven't even finished it yet.
I have beat it. Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, those are our levels.
I love the fact that I still haven't finished Gen 9, like Scarlet and Violet, yet there's people out there who are like on their third playthrough already.
If I still was playing, I probably would be on my third playthrough.
Yeah.
Official Elden Ring speedrunner.
Exactly.
Did Pokemon Scarlet get inspired by Elden Ring at the last minute?
Did you see the post of the Elden Ring Scarlet and Violet mod?
Yeah, the mod. That's
it
pretty
looks
cool.
That's
so
right.
good.
I've heard of it.
It looks fantastic.
It looks funny because it's just the Scarlet Pokemon's model.
Yes, it's really good.
Oh boy. But yeah.
So Generation 1.
I guess the way I wanted to start this out was what's everyone's first impressions on Generation 1. And this one's a little more unique because, it's the Pokemon beginnings in general. I was, probably 3 years old when I was watching VHSs of Pokemon with the Blaney fight, like probably 20 times over.
Oh my god.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Memory from 3.
Yes.
I can remember a few from 3.
My head's a little big, guys.
It's not big. It just has a lot of what's it called? Like a lot of lines. It's
It's
unsmooth.
so creased.
Yeah, it's unsmooth.
It's rock hard.
Exactly.
So much folds.
And then my real first
It's
introduction.
not folds, it's cracks.
But my real first introduction to it was Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team.
Yeah, cringe.
And
Red Rescue.
Then I
Why
played
do you like it
Pokemon
so
Fire
much?
Red.
That you literally started the Pokemon series with Red Rescue Team?
That was my first Pokemon game.
No wonder
Oh
why
my
you have the
God.
nostalgia for it. I didn't know about that. I thought it was like Red Rescue and then holy shit. Now this
Yeah.
makes so much more sense to me.
What do you mean it makes sense?
I have this
It's a good game.
Okay,
It can't be nostalgia if I played it recently.
you played the remake.
Exactly.
It's kind of different though.
I like the Mystery Dungeon games, and am I allowed to say that?
Sure,
Right.
you're allowed.
All right. To pass the mic on, any of you two want to go?
My clear memory of first starting with Pokemon, at least for the games. I don't know about the anime. I'm not even gonna try. But my brother got Pokemon Ruby, and I just basically stole that game from him.
Good.
This will not be the last time. And I basically played it, and that's how I was introduced to Pokemon. Basically, was playing Ruby.
What about your Generation 1? What was your first Generation 1 game?
Leaf Green.
Okay.
Leaf
Green. Oh, you were the minority, eh?
Yeah.
Not even a
Yeah.
Fire Red kid?
Yeah, I was Leaf Green all the way.
Wow.
That's just the one I chose.
Okay.
There was not any particular reason. I just chose that one.
Did you not like the red dinosaur on the cover?
Can't tell you even why I chose Leaf Green. That's just the one I chose.
Because
Alright.
green's a better color than red.
I don't know. Maybe that just the colors appeal to me more. Even though I like red more than green.
I actually do miss the cartridges that actually came with the colors on it.
Those were really nice.
Those were solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically most of the Pokemon games did that. At least the GBA ones.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
My introduction to Pokemon, especially the first generation, was absolutely the cartoon or the anime.
Mm-hmm.
I always hesitate calling it an anime just because it's such a cartoon.
It does feel more like a cartoon, I agree.
But I absolutely remember having the VHS that had not the Blaine fight, but it was it was Charizard versus Aerodactyl. It's like the same like area of what happens.
The volcano or something?
Yes, the volcano. But basically, Aerodactyl steals Ash, and then Charizard has to fly, because Charizard's fly, has to go get Ash. And then so Jigglypuff starts singing, and so Aerodactyl starts to fall asleep, and then just the image of of Charizard plugging its ears with its little fingers while it's flying will always be ingrained in my head. And then it just Ash falling to his death, and then Charizard sweeping in for the save.
Oh no, I missed.
Oops.
Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2 style.
I will say, I technically have had experience with actual Gen 1 through Pokemon Yellow. I just played that later on.
That's also the biggest difference. My introduction to Gen 1 as the game was also, well, not also, was Fire Red.
Mm-hmm.
But my first actual instance with the pure introduction, like the original games, was Yellow.
Okay.
Yeah, because I still own Yellow, and I don't think to this day I haven't beaten it.
I've been in it.
I feel bad.
Yeah,
It's okay.
It's a good game. I will say that.
The only older game I played was Crystal, so I'm pretty blank on red and yellow.
Crystal's when I loved Johto. How times have changed.
Well, we'll get to that one later.
Next
Get to
time.
that one later. I don't think we have much to say about Let's Go Eevee since I
Never
played it.
Never played it.
I played it a little bit. I didn't like the controls, so I'll kind of leave it at that.
I'm fully intending to play it one day. Fully intending.
So how do we feel about the Pokemon? The first 151.
There's some good ones. There's not any that are like particularly awful. I don't know. It's not one of those gens where I'm pogging my mind off about certain Pokemon, like certain other layer gens.
They always feel like they receive a free buff for
Because
being
it was
the
the
first
first one.
Yeah, we've naturally all had more time with it.
And
Yeah.
I like how certain Gen 5 criticisms can also apply with 1, but as you said, it was the first one. So no one
Exactly.
shits on Explode or Veltorb, even though I think those Pokemon are fine Pokemon.
Yeah.
They're funny too.
Yeah, the one that I always hear people forget is like Venomoth is always the one that people are
Who
like,
gives a shit about Venomoth?
Exactly.
The only time I'll ever bring up Venomoth is just to shit on it. If I don't, I am a doppelganger. Kill me if I say anything positive about Venomoth. Kill me in my spot.
I would rather catch a female Combi than play fucking Venomoth in my playthrough.
Well, yeah,
I would.
I would. I can get Vespiquen.
Vespiquen's a solid Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's just finding one can be annoying.
Oh, yeah,
Anyways,
of course.
that was just a dumb name. But how do you feel, Derek?
It Gen 1 is so strange because in the beginning I had like the worst taste on it, where I'm like, all these Pokemon are they're fine.
Is it the overrated effect?
Not really the overrated effect, but it's you tend to just see like the same like 5 things like keep popping up. It's like, oh, you got the starters, you got the Charizards, the Blastoise,
The same list.
yeah, it's always like top 10 favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. The starters: Pikachu, Dragonite,
Eevee.
Arcanine, and then Eevee, so on and so forth. It's like, but then there's always like the Pokemon in the background that people just tend to forget, where it's like, man, Machamp actually has a cool looking design.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
And it's like when you really look at it, it's like, oh, Golem's just a lizard and a rock. Like, yeah, but at least it's cool looking.
I think
It's something
Golem's fucking
interesting.
cool.
Exactly.
It's like a boulder as like as like a living thing.
Yeah, it looks cool. But it's like there's nothing that really pops out at me except for like very few that, yes, they're on like my top like 30 to 100 list.
Yeah. I think each gen has their own bangers and lows.
Absolutely.
Yeah, even Johto.
Eevee
Johto.
is my number 1 favorite Pokemon.
Eevee?
Eevee.
Really?
Yeah, well, just because it establishes like the entire concept of Pokemon.
Oh, you're that one of those guys who like they always talk about their number 2 favorite thing, but they never talk about their favorite thing.
Exactly.
I honestly would have never guessed Eevee was your favorite Pokemon.
I would assume Gardevoir.
That's fair. But yeah, it's like Eevee is my number 1 favorite because like its entire concept is the evolution Pokemon, which means that its whole gimmick is based on the entire concept of the whole fucking game.
Also, all the evolutions are based mostly pretty good.
They're
I
really
can't think
good.
of anyone that's bad.
Mhm.
Maybe one that's kind of mid, like Flareon.
It's
Yeah.
puffy. It's cute.
Staying on the topic of Generation 1, yeah, I think Flareon is easily the weakest of the 4, if we're counting Eevee as well.
It's
Yeah.
funny. I always thought it was Vaporeon just because it looked weird.
I thought Vaporeon's fucking awesome. It's the best one for me.
Me being a kid, it was always Jolteon because I had the spikes. It must be cool.
I like Jolteon. I'm a Jolteon enjoyer.
I think I was the same when I was younger too, but Yeah, nowadays, I think I really like Vaporeon, mostly because I love using it in competitive, man. Surf teams with Vaporeon, free absorb, love it. Fucking Mr. Mime can suck my fucking dick. I hate that Pokemon so much.
And Jinx. Jinx still weirds me out.
Jinx is probably one of the worst Pokemon ever made. Honestly, it's kind of offensive too, in more ways than one.
It was, yeah.
Like, it's really just...
I forgot about the deep lore.
Yeah,
Sorry.
fair. It's better to forget. It's just a fucking ugly Pokemon. Definitely one of the worst.
How do you guys feel about the starters? They
They're
are
good.
they are iconic, but let's taking that away.
Yeah.
I think when you look at the pre-starters, they're all three are very charming in their own way.
Yes,
Yeah, I
absolutely.
think Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander are great.
Yes.
Fantastic.
That being said, I think all the mid-evolutions suck.
I can't even say that because there's even worse mid-evolutions that came out later.
I think Ivysaur's good.
I think I will
Sure.
die on this hill. I still think Wartortle looks good.
I think Wartortle's good. I honestly think I actually like the mid-evolutions. I can stand not vibing with them because they're not that different. Although I would say Ivysaur is different enough from Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
I would say
It's
that.
the best of the three.
And I still say that Charmeleon also looks good. Someone could put a gun to my head and they're like, "Do you like the Gen 1 mid-evolutions?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah.
And they can shoot and I'd die happy. Because I was honest. For once. But yeah, I legitimately think that Ivysaur... to be fair, I think Ivysaur looks better than Venusaur.
I would say that too.
Venusaur's rough.
I think
He
Venusaur's
got hard.
Venusaur is the worst of the three because I genuinely really like Blastoise and Charizard. I'm that guy. I
Yeah.
love Charizard.
Everyone loves Charizard.
Except for people who don't, and they make it a point to mention that.
I think people don't like Charizard because it's too hyped.
It is kind of. I will admit it's overused,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I fucking love Charizard.
I do agree. I think it's overrated. I don't think it warrants that much attention, but it is a cool Pokemon.
It's a good Pokemon.
Like I put it next to like Salamence. Like I don't coom over Salamence or anything.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
The concept
Charizard's cooler than Salamence.
I think they're about the same level. Maybe
Yeah.
Charizard could be cooler.
Better than this gen of dragons.
all three.
There's one in particular I got shit on.
But Gen
Yeah.
1 was one of the very few gens we can kind of make this self-contained.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I legitimately think that Charizard is good. Yeah, it warrants the point at it's like, oh, too overrated, but it's like it's still a good Pokemon.
Ooh,
As-
it's overused for a reason.
Yeah, especially the concept of fire and flying was legendary.
Too bad I couldn't learn fly until Pokemon Yellow.
That's fair.
Did you know?
Thank God it did. Oh my God. What other? Let's. I guess we can go over the legendaries.
Yeah, the five, right?
Yeah, it's pretty small in this game, and obviously it's because
Yeah.
they didn't have a pattern or like something figured out.
Yeah.
I think this is the only gen. This is the only gen where it doesn't have dual legendaries.
No.
Thank God.
It did establish trios, so
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I'm still okay with.
there are hit and misses as we go on through the later generations. But as far as this one, yeah, Articuno is my favorite.
It's my favorite.
Easily.
It's funny because it used to
Of
be
the
Moltres.
five?
Of the three, sorry.
Of the three, yeah. Articuno is the best of the three.
Yeah.
Ballup's closely by Zapdos, and I don't know what the fuck they were thinking of Moltres.
It's funny, I used to like Moltres. And it's funny because Zapdos is now my least favorite.
Then again, this is the same gen that has Rapidash, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised.
Just put fire on it.
But I always think about both of them. We're like, what if they just didn't have their fire? And I feel like oh, this doesn't look good.
Yeah.
It's like your favorite bald. That's what I think about when I think of Moltres and Rapidash without their flames. The only thing good about Rapidash and Ponyta by extension is they're shiny. Legitimately good shiny.
That's fair.
That's true.
Which is a rare thing because some shinies are just god
There's
awful.
a lot of them that are god awful.
Yeah.
But Seal is usually the one that people like to point to.
Ooh.
Seal. Like the pre-evolution to Dewong. That's
Oh.
yeah, it's a seal.
Oh, yeah. We also have to remember that freaking Pidgeotto, and Pidgeot are just bird. That's all they are, a bird.
It's not as aggressive as Pidove, because Pidove straight up just looks like an actual real life like pigeon.
That's fair. Well, so is Starly.
At least it kind of has like a Joker kind of fucking clown fucking makeup on it. So it's going to have something.
I have no wonder why I resonate with it.
A truly oppressed bird Pokemon.
But yeah, when it comes to like your Route 1 like flying types, I still love Pidgeot. It is a bitch and a half to get it all the way to level 36, but it's still great to have.
You know, I look at Pidgeot, I'm like, I really like the design, but I've recently come to like Fearow because it just seems better.
Which one?
Fearow.
I see what you mean.
You're more
it looks cooler too.
You're more of a Drill Peck guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drill Peck.
I just think in
No, it's Peck. Sorry, it learns Peck very fast.
Well,
because
fucking flying turn Peck pretty fast, unless you're Gyarados.
Pidgey learns Gust.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
a
just weird.
bitch.
It's just weird because like Gen 1 doesn't get very creative with its dual types. There's for it being 151, there's a lot of rock and ground.
Grass and poison. It's the same thing.
There's Venusaur, Vileplume, Victory Bell.
And it's why I think like I don't think flying type has never really been important in Kanto in particular, just because I feel fire or rock can do the job just as well if you really need to.
Important, like in like helping you out during the main journey.
Yeah, like as far as like you need type advantage.
But what about Fly?
What about Fly?
Yeah.
Oh, the move Fly.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
I mean, you technically don't need it, but it sure saves a lot of backtracking.
Yeah, I mean, usually just slap it on a Charizard and you don't need any other flying.
But what
type.
if I chose Blastoise?
I guess that's true.
Well, then just go catch a Pidgey.
Okay, get Articuno.
Yeah. I could.
Yeah. But yeah, and this gen in particular, I guess we didn't go over Mewtwo, and Mew. Mew is basically an impossibility in my mind because it's one of those Pokemon that just doesn't exist.
Mew is like a prototype mythical Pokemon, so you don't exist in my mind.
Exactly.
Mewtwo is really cool though.
I like Mew in the movies. I think it's cute in the Lucario and the original.
Yeah.
I like it in those movies, although that's all I can say on Mew. But Mew can transform.
It can learn all the moves.
That's true.
That is true.
Because it's just a cuter looking Ditto.
Pokemon Legends of Mew. Mm-hmm. Come on.
Wasn't Mew a main character in one of the mystery dungeons?
Not a main character.
Asset.
I think you're thinking of Celebi.
Oh, that's right.
Mewtwo's cool though.
Mewtwo's fucking
great.
Awesome. Like the only reason I could foresee someone preferring Mew is just because they just like Mew's aesthetic and it's cuter.
Yeah.
That's understandable. But Mewtwo fucking rocks.
Dude, Mewtwo in Melee? I fucking lost my shit. And also the fact that in the original, the first Pokemon movie, Mewtwo was voiced by Dan Green, and Dan Green's one of my favorite voice actors, and it just always feels close to home.
Damn, 99. I think is when the movie came out.
No, I think Pokemon 2000 came out in 99.
We're talking about Mewtwo, right? When the first one.
Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Did not come out in 99.
I thought it was 98.
Whatever. I was too young to know the difference between those two time periods.
It was definitely one of those movies that I went to like Hollywood Videos and I just kept re-renting.
Oh man,
it's such a good movie.
It's funny you say that because I never even watched that movie until like after the Jirachi movie.
Oh wow!
My first movie was the Entei one, and that's the one I played on loop.
You already started at the base.
Yeah.
That movie's so fucking based.
It's pretty good.
It's funny because I think
best part about Gen 2?
Oop.
All right, we'll get that.
With the movies?
Arguably, yes. Arguably, yes.
We'll think about that later. Your most and least favorite from Gen 1?
That's tough.
Yeah, it is 151 Pokemon. So you kind of have to keep a mental clip on. I've always had this weird, irrational hate for Tangela.
What do you mean irrational? I think everyone hates Tangela. Unless you're really into that tag, I think anyone hates Tangela.
Okay, I got my answers.
Okay, you're very confident, Devin. How would you start?
Well, these are two recent examples.
Okay.
One, my favorite one is a new recent favorite from Brilliant Diamond, Kadabra / Alakazam.
Yes,
because it's very good.
Yeah. Fun fact: Alakazam used to be even stronger than Mewtwo back in the day. It was actually the best Pokemon you could catch.
Yes.
I mean, technically, you can't catch it.
That you can have.
You have, yeah.
It's just so reliable and useful. And I always just like Pokemon that can just sweep. It just makes my brain feel good.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's one of the few Gen 1 Pokemon you can still use competitively with zero problems.
Which is it's crazy. And it's not like a legendary and shit like that.
Honestly, it's more of a pseudo-legendary than Dragonite.
I was about to say.
Yeah. Now my least favorite, which is another recent... you know who I'm on this.
Until you brought up the tone, I'm like, right.
Fuck Rapidash.
Oh, wow.
What a shitty Pokemon. It's not terrible. It's just so goddamn unremarkable. Stat-wise, design-wise.
You have Arcanine and Ninetales.
You have Arcanine and Ninetales, which are clearly... And Charizard, if you really want to be that asshole. They are clearly better in every shape, way, and form. Like...
Daniel, the cooler Daniel.
Yeah.
What the fuck were they thinking with Rapidash? Like...
Yeah, this Pokemon sucks my fucking dick.
It just sucked my fucking dick. What the fuck are they thinking? Evolving at level 40. And its stats aren't even that good to justify that late of a level.
Is that actually true?
It is true.
Why?
I don't know.
I thought it was like 20 something. The fact
that would be more reasonable.
The fact that it's a 2-tier. Why is it 40?
I know.
And I think Arcanine is definitely the best comparison because unlike Ninetales, you need a Firestone.
You also need a Firestone for Arcanine.
Yes.
You do? Oh, okay. So I guess if you can't find a Firestone, there's that. But it doesn't help in Fire Red, Celadon City, literally... Celadon City, literally, you can buy a Firestone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's...
Yeah.
And
what's your reason? To
be fair, I think the good and bad, the bad part about Arcanine is the fact that you actually really need to put in work for Growlithe to actually learn decent fire-type moves, because as soon as it evolves, it's not learning anything except for extreme speed.
Which is really good.
Yes. Especially during the time, because it's like, I'll use a quick attack. I'll use a quick attack, but it has like 70 base damage.
Like I think it has a top, like extreme top, like speed priority, so it goes faster than quick attack.
Yes.
Oh man, that's fucked up.
I knew that because Rayquaza learned it.
Yes.
God damn it. Sometimes Game Freak has a favorite child.
Yeah.
It's like the guy from in the Fire Emblem Heroes office, how he has a thing for Ephraim.
Oh.
That's the meme.
Ephraim's cooler.
But Derek, your least and most?
When it's funny because when you guys were talking about it, I think Ninetales has to be my favorite.
Yeah, I was considering it.
Like my favorite out of the design, because I was gonna be like, well, Eevee's really, really cute, but it's like, but Ninetales just looks fantastic.
It looks fantastic. The only reason I didn't go for it is because I never use a Ninetales, so I don't have that personal attachment towards it.
It's funny because when we get to Gen 8, Alola. 7.
Yeah.
I have many things to say about the freaking Alola versions of these Pokemon.
Fair enough.
But it's I think Ninetales is definitely one of my favorites. It's actually fun to use.
Especially with the hidden ability.
Oh fuck yeah.
For a drought?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I just wish that when it evolved, it gets that second psychic type, just because its use of confusion and psychic is really, really good.
And your least favorite?
Fuck, probably Tangela. you probably hit it out of the park there. There's not a lot of...
I don't think Tangela's that bad.
I honestly, it's an irrational dislike towards it. I honestly can't tell you exactly what.
You just can't stand its existence.
Yeah, there's something about it. It's like sorry, we're bringing up other YouTubers. But Maximilian Dude always says he has a weird dislike towards Sonic that he can't explain. And honestly, I don't get the Sonic...
that's not his only irrational dislike.
That's fair. But like I don't quite understand the feeling of Sonic directed towards the character, but I understand that feeling of that irrational hate towards something.
I think everyone has that kind of hatred towards something that's just whatever.
And me who has irrational hate towards everything.
And there's something about Tangela, like, I don't know, man. It's something's off.
He's just a little guy.
Something's off about it.
And it's also
it's kind of like people. I heard the same sentiment with Mr. Mime, with a lot of people.
Mr. Mime just disturbs me more than anything else.
Maybe that one's more obvious.
You know what? I actually might switch it to Mr. Mime. That one in and of itself is just really disturbing.
No, fuck. I'm now thinking about Jinx again. It's offending me.
That's fair.
But I hate fucking Rapidash.
I think the concept for Mr. Mime that I hate the most is the fact of its name. Because it breaks the whole concept. Like, oh, it's Mr. Mime, but it's like, could it be a boy or a girl? And it's like, they could have just not do the stupid name thing. I don't know.
That's fair.
And I understand that this is legitimately before the time where they decided to put gender.
Was it Gen 2, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. I think for me it might be Machamp. I think that's kind of a...
Whoa. Like, for your least favorite?
My most favorite.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was about to say,
you rave about
No,
Machamp.
I mentioned Tangela already.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Machamp might be my favorite. Especially, I mean, it might be a little bit of cheating, but goddamn, dude, that what is it? The Dynamax version of Machamp.
Later.
I don't know if it counts as Gen 1 or Gen 7. I don't know
That's
what
fair.
flavor. I
It's
don't.
Gen 8.
Sorry, 8. My bad.
Jeez, guys, I guess I'm the only Pokemon fan here.
You are.
Yeah, I'm more of a Digimon guy. Yeah, I always like Machamp, especially its no guard ability with Trick Room. I think you can definitely have fun with it. But it used to be Electrode, but I don't know.
It's pretty fucking fast.
I've always liked Electrode's dumb fucking smile on its face, but I think
it is pretty funny.
It's just missing the glasses. I swear to God.
But I think
then it'll just become actually.
No, like sunglasses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Every time I think of Pokemon and sunglasses, I think of Squirtle.
Yeah, the classic combination.
That's another reason why I miss Squirtle in the Squirtle squad.
I love Squirtle.
But yeah,
Squirtle.
Machamp was probably mine, especially since I played it in Pokken.
Okay.
And that Gen 8 Dynamax really helped it out.
It's so cool.
Goddamn. But yeah, those are our favorite ones. So let's talk about the more. I think this one's gonna be less general and a lot more ranty. I imagine.
Okay.
And that's I think the next topic is map designs and /gyms. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Kanto map. I think it's very basic and it works well enough.
I think Kanto map is pretty good, honestly.
I do too.
The only thing I dislike, and this is a problem I generally have with most Pokemon games, and it's routes or whatever you want to call them, where everywhere you go, there's
trainer?
Not a trainer, a wild Pokemon you can encounter. So this is caves or oceans in this case, and I'm pretty annoyed at the amount I have to go through in Kanto.
Should have just used a Repel, brother.
I probably should have, but I'm always too lazy to just get the bag out and whatever.
Jeez, my balls are itchy. Fuck, man. I guess I'll just encounter Zubat for the 20th fucking time.
I'll deal with it. What if one of them's shiny, though?
It says in Gen 1. But I guess in
Fire Red, yeah. I'm going off my memory of Fire Red more fondly. But yeah, I don't know. I think Kanto has never been too fun to explore since it tends to be pretty linear. I think the fun thing is maybe discovering hidden items. I think that's sometimes fun, but...
It had the dowsing machine?
In Fire Red, it had something like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not quite the dowsing machine, but it
I said the drowsing, Jesus.
Drowsy.
Maybe item finder?
Maybe, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I think there's some non-linearity to it, because, like, Saffron is, like, the center, and you can go, like, a lot of places around it.
I wish Saffron was bigger. That's always been my biggest complaint, because obviously Kanto's supposed to be based off the real-life Kanto area, plus part of Shizuoka in Japan. And Tokyo has always... It felt massive. And when you go to something like, Saffron, which appropriately, I guess, Pokemon Red was a small game, so you can only do so much, but I always felt like in Let's Go, they should have really went ham on remaking Saffron into a big ass fucking city that you can kind of have like a 3D camera.
No, it has to be scaled.
I don't particularly mind it, because the one time Pokemon tried to do that 3D thing, it was bad in Pokemon X and Y.
Yeah.
I thought Luminescent City was okay. It needed polish.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a cool spectacle, and then you had to traverse around it.
Because
and then
it wasn't the first time. Gen 5 did it.
Not particularly. Gen 5 gave you like the overhead.
Oh yeah, the New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Mudhand to be more specific.
I just call it New York. That's just how I remember it as.
Well, that's all of Unova, I believe. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what else there's to say about the map for Kanto, because there isn't really much. You can't really do much in Kanto.
No.
If anything, the most interesting part about the Kanto map are the Sevi Islands in Fire Red.
It's so weird because I didn't like the Sevi Islands because that's where I got lost as a kid.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, it's like I went and I captured Moltres, and then I kept going back to Bill, and I'm like, can I go home now? He's like, no, I'm still working on a thing, and I'm like, dog, please, I just want to finish my game. Gym 7, I just did it. I want to go home. Like, let me go. And then until like 4 or 5 years later, did I find out like, oh no, you actually had to help out this kid who was being sexually harassed by Hypno. Oops.
Damn it.
Good times. Good
Fucking
times.
Hypno sucks.
I think I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you gonna bat for fucking Hypno?
No, it's just I think I still kind of hate Mr. Mime more.
I do too.
That's understandable. I'm not gonna try to discard your Mr. Mime hatred. I think it's reasonable. I'm just saying they both fucking suck.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough. That being said, I think I think I get a kick out of Mr. Mime just being a meme.
Mr.
I like the idea of Mr. Mime fucking Ash's mom.
I like that that's the Pokemon they chose to animate really hard in the Detective Pikachu movie.
Yes.
It's actually one of the better parts of that movie because they try really hard.
Yeah, he's pretty expressive in that movie.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to mention about the maps? Again, I love the Sevi Islands because there's always been a kind of like a mysteriousness around them, especially in the mystery gift areas that don't have any purpose. At least I can imagine. Well, what's in here? What could possibly be here? But
I don't know. I think Laventar is fucking cool. It's never been really topped since.
I think
should have its own gym. Have 10 gym badges and.
You know what's the fucked up thing about it? And this is a reference to Gen 2. The Pokemon Tower is just replaced with a radio tower.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and then they have this little building that's like, that's like a fucking story if that tall, being like, this is the graveyard. And I'm like,
this is the new cemetery.
What the fuck?
Like
why build it on top? Like,
that's kind of fucked up.
That sounds so fucking disrespectful.
Oh, you could just go to Goldenrod. It's not that far away.
Money.
Money.
Fucking Oak.
But I want more money.
I guess Lavender Town has always been that weird area because there is no gym associated with it, and it's kind of like in the corner of the map.
And it has its own kind of feel, especially with the famous music. The
I don't know about you guys, but when I always think of a Kanto-ass city, I always think of Cerulean City.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what is it about Cerulean City. It feels like fucking a Kanto-ass town.
Oh, is that the one of Surge?
Misty.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you feel that?
I think just because it's the first time you really go through the gauntlet of Mount Moon. And
that's how you get there.
And you really have to just spend time in Cerulean City because you go back and forth a lot.
And then it's like you can go up north and go to the Nugget Bridge.
A lot of shit happens in Cerulean City too. You can get your bicycle.
Yep.
The gym obviously.
Yep.
You talk to Bill.
Rival battle. You get out of Mount Moon, which is a big fucking deal since it's your first gauntlet.
Yeah. And you can
get Focus Punch or Kick.
Misty's actually pretty difficult if you didn't bring a Bulbasaur or
an Oddish.
Yeah.
Or Gloom.
I don't think you can get Oddish.
Can you get Oddish?
Yes. You can get
the fuck where?
When you go up the bridge and you go through the gauntlet and you talk to the guy who tries to recruit you, you go to the right and that little patch of grass next to Mount
right
next to the Cerulean Cave is full of Oddish and Bellsprouts.
I forgot about that.
Bellsprout based.
I think at that point if you're able to go through the bridge, you're able to go through Misty.
I don't know. Some people do it in a weird order.
I feel I like to use the bridge as a grinding point before Misty.
It's a pretty good.
Because you have to fight your rival, and then do the bridge. Then you talk to Bill, and he's like, "Lol, I'm a Pokemon."
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Check me out, I'm a Clefairy.
I've always kind of liked Cerulean City just because it definitely, obviously not a huge vibe as far as aesthetics, but it always gave me like this gameplay vibe that none of the other towns really gave me.
I see what you mean.
It's a little more undescribable. One city I don't like. I hate fuck. I think I'm thinking Fushika. Fuck, I can't even remember the name of it correctly.
With some landmarks in there.
It's the not Saffron. The Safari.
Oh,
Fuchsia
City.
Yeah.
Why? I thought it was fine.
I was about to say it's probably one of my favorites.
It's the one I forget about. I don't dislike it, but you really gotta go out your way to, like, go to it. I don't know. And it's not like Lavender Town where you can just kind of like go through Saffron and just like that. I don't know. It's always annoyed me the way to get there. You always gotta find a shit ton of trainers.
That's true. I can account this just playing Heart Gold and
Yeah.
going through the fucking gauntlet.
And I don't think what's there is really that worth it, except for the Safari Zone, and that depends which version you're playing. And I don't know, and I have my own mixed feelings on the Safari Zone as a whole.
Actually, you know what? I think it's also one of my least favorite. No. Now that I think about it, because it's the whole concept of getting surf and strength at the same time that is a big bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to get surf in the Safari Zone.
Oh,
That's right.
And in order
Yeah.
to get strength, you need to surf through a thing and talk to a guy in a house to get strength, and then you can finally go to the Blaine's Island. What is it?
Cinnawood, I think.
I don't know, man.
Something like that.
Cinderwood Island.
Yeah, so something like that.
Some of the ways,
Cyanide.
Toshima Island.
Cyanide Island.
some of the ways they give you HMs, the old games, are just kind of baffling.
It's awful.
I
I guess
guess
it just kind of encourages exploration.
definitely just give you cut and rock smash, but
Yeah, they
the,
do.
The rest are like good luck, especially waterfall. Christ.
Yeah.
There's waterfall.
In Fire Red, I believe there's one. Yeah.
No, there shouldn't be.
And then I forgot.
If it is, it's probably.
Because I could have, I don't know. It might be schizophrenia, but I could have sworn there was something on the fucking Sevi Islands that gave you waterfall, and it might even be a TM. So I don't even fucking know.
It
I
could
don't
be a
know.
TM.
It could be a TM.
I
Waterfall's
remember I didn't
weird
like
because
it.
it's like it's both at times, or at least it can be HM and also TM, but it's mostly like an HM for like Gen fucking 4 in particular, or Gen 3.
I might be mixing it with Hoenn, if that's the case.
Hoenn for sure has
Yeah.
it. You had to use it to get to the Elite Four.
Yeah, the memory's a little fuzzy, I suppose. But yeah, no, the I guess those are the two towns that I have strong. I don't even know. I don't feel too strongly about them. Maybe Cerulean City. I have some like, oh, that's cool, but yeah, I don't even hate the city. At the end of the day, it's just a fucking town that
Yeah.
is what it is.
I think Lavender Town is definitely my favorite though.
It's like it's iconic.
It is. It's the one that sparks like a lot of like my history of listening to freaking creepypastas as like a 15-year-old.
It's also like kind of the fucked up because it's just like, oh, Pokemon die.
Yes. And the entire theory is
Cinnabar Island. That was it.
yes, Cinnabar.
Oh,
That's
okay.
And the whole theory that you fight Gary and you kill his Raticate in the tower, and then you go onto the SSN, and then he has like something else.
I thought you did the SAN first and then you go to the tower.
Whichever. But
That's usually how I do it.
Oh no! Yeah, you go to the SSN, you fight him, get cut, and then you make it to Lavender Town, and then you meet him there because he's burying his Raticate or something like that. And then he has a completely different Pokemon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like those theories. I like it when the theory escalates the area and the story behind it.
There's a lot of theories of Lavender Town.
Yeah.
It's kind of a strange anomaly in the Pokemon series as a whole.
The concept of ghosts, even though there's ghost Pokemon.
Yeah, but like that, you particularly have to get a device just to see shit.
Yeah, that Marowak is such a weird thing.
That made me cry in Pokemon Origins, like that Cubone. I felt
Yeah, that's
I
right.
felt horrible.
That was oof.
I was like, oh, poor guy.
Yeah, that ooh. Oh man,
Pokemon Oranges is really fucking good.
it's
really
great.
good.
It's really good representation of the games in particular.
Gotta go through Ash. All of it. I do hate Cinnabar Island and fucking Hard Gold though.
Why Heart Gold?
Because it's just a fucking stump.
It's just that's all it is. There's nothing.
Oh,
there.
well, that'd be exciting to get through.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
even. I think you just fight Blue.
And
No,
there's a
Blaine.
Pokemon Center over there.
No,
I guess.
Blue.
Well, Blue's at Vermilion.
No,
Yeah, but
Not
he's-
Vermilion.
I don't know if you
No,
fight
no,
him, but you meet him there for sure.
Yeah, you meet him at Cinnabar Island. You have to fight Blaine somewhere else. I
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
the
don't
Seafoam
remember.
Islands.
Yes.
I like that he just wears a hat
Yes.
and he's old or.
Blaine's a great guy. I like him.
I guess we can go over to the gyms and their leaders for what it's worth, and
Sure.
to the grander scheme of just trainer designs if you really want to go through them. But
Sabrina looks fan-fucking-tastic in Gen 2.
I think she looks best in Let's Go. I think that's
Doesn't she just look the same as Gen 1?
Yeah, but they refined it. They refined every part of the design.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't look as cheesy.
That's fair.
I like Derek's loading face being like,
It's a little that
Yeah.
they use for.
it's like, what the what? I thought it was the same, huh?
Yeah, no, they changed it up a couple times for Sabrina, but I definitely always loved her. Well, not always, but her Let's Go one is always fucking amazing.
Brock.
Yeah, Brock and Misty kind of have a legacy outside of the game, so they have their own unique popularity
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
behind that.
I always love the
I don't
concept of Ash hanging around the gym leaders. So there's always like an instance where some random kid just wants to like start his own Pokemon journey, but no, Ash is out with a couple of the gym leaders.
Well, Misty has her sisters who don't do shit.
And then
And I don't know about
has,
Brock.
Brock has like 8 underage children that he leaves alone with his dad, I believe.
Don't worry, Onyx will take care of him.
Onyx will take care of him. I love the good old days.
Man, Brock should be embarrassed that his ace is fucking Onyx.
It's
Yeah.
I don't think it
To
is
be
anymore.
fair, what else do you work with?
He had Geo, dude.
Should have been Golem. I mean,
That's
or
true.
Graveler, or
I-
Geode. I don't know.
I've always liked that headcanon that Pokemon Oreos introduced, where the gym leader asks you how many badges you got.
Yes.
And then,
So cool.
And then they scale to what.
Should
how
done
many
that, Scarlet.
It's so good when Giovanni's like, "Wow, you actually got 7 gym badges," and then he pushes a button and it goes from Pokeballs to Ultra Balls. Like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck.
That's awesome,
That's
dude.
really
so that's
cool.
what I like to hope is like Brock is like holding back. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, all right.
He's like, all right, I will bring out the
Alright.
Golem today.
he like brings out a fucking Pokemon from a different like region you never see.
He chucks out Steelix like, oh my god.
It's like ground and steel type. So it'd be weird. Then again, Pokemon got away with that in
Yeah.
fucking back in the day.
Is it ground? I thought it was rock and steel.
It's ground.
Oh wow. Oops.
Yeah, I don't know. He like pulls out a fucking Regirock.
Oh
Oh my
god.
god.
Oh, you thought I was bitching around with my Onyx, did you?
No, I think Brock is cool in the anime just because his team really escalates in the future. Where it's like he gets freaking Fortress, Crobat, Marshtomp.
That's right.
I really wish that it would have like expanded a bit. He gets
It's a Krogunk, I think, at one point.
Kroga.
Yep,
he
because
gets a
that's
Krogan.
part of the bait in Sinnoh.
Yeah.
Brock being Torny, I got Poison Jab him.
He finally got someone though. The
Yes.
other one from Gen 7. Olivia, the other rock one.
the hot one
The hot one.
Now
for
they can
sure.
have hot rocky sex or something.
and hot
Mhm.
rocky children. Misty
Lieutenant's-
though.
Misty is a girl.
Misty's a
Sorry,
girl.
I honestly did not get that fucking horny boner that everyone else did as a kid.
Especially at the age of 8, not really.
Yeah.
Like when
I can understand being people's first crush.
Yeah,
understand
and I
that.
didn't quite get it with Misty though.
Yeah.
I think because I was a kid.
I mean, I'm more of a May guy myself.
I think as a kid I was always more attracted to girls with longer hair. Back when I was a kid, so I thought short hair was not really my
Oh, It
taste.
started young, I guess.
yeah.
It's. I mean, I don't know how.
You looked away from the path of life, it seems.
I don't know how personal I should be getting, but when as far as fucking personal preference towards this shit, but what's it called? Nowadays, I think I still like long hair more, but I do have an appreciation for all hair types. As corny and stupid as that sounds,
My favorite hair type
Kind
is
of like
fire.
how I feel about boobs.
yeah, I guess so. Because if I were to really point out a girl, it'd probably be Sabrina,
Yeah.
and then Erica.
Erica has short hair.
Erica does have short hair.
That's true. I also like the Ice Elite Four in Let's Go.
Oh, Lorelai.
Yeah, they really cleaned up her fucking design in that one. Holy shit. They did a good ass job. But
I at least appreciate Misty's ace.
Starmine is really good.
Starmie is
It's
very
really good.
Starmie's very good.
Yeah.
Better than Lieutenant Surge's like Ho Raichu.
Lieutenant Surge just gets a huge L with the fact that you can just get a guaranteed Diglett.
All right, so what is your favorite?
Zinco.
What is your favorite rendition of Lieutenant Surge? Because mine will always be the one from the anime. Raichu, use the Thunderbolts.
Electabuzz, use Thunderbolt!
Electabuzz is really funny.
Electabuzz is fantastic.
That's another one I forget about.
Yeah, I always kind of think it's Gen 2, but no, it's Gen 1.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Electabuzz.
Kind of like how I feel like Magcargo's Gen 1, but no, it's Gen 2.
Yeah.
That fucks with me.
At least that one I keep remembering.
Yeah, I don't know. I never felt too strong about Lieutenant Surge, especially since
I hate
he's
his
one of the easiest.
fucking puzzle. It sucks.
Yeah.
His puzzle sucks. Also,
It's not even a puzzle. It's literally just a guessing game.
Yeah.
also, what the fuck are you hiding behind Cut? Fucking get out of there, you.
I know, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you're a freaking lieutenant in the military, you fucking pussy. Get out here, fight me in the open.
He was told that he has to be segregated from the other Japanese people.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're not allowed off base.
I was about to make my own headcanon where it's like, oh my god, I heard that they had a Diglett. Oh, but like, no, that one makes a lot more sense.
What's another trainer? Erica's easy. Oh my god.
She's
Snore.
too easy.
Snore.
For a grass type, it's way too easy of a fight.
Yeah, Erica's fucking snore.
I don't remember Fire Red or Leaf Green. I have reference from our Heart Gold team, which are like mid-50 motherfuckers.
Okay, that's more fair.
And her whole gimmick's like, what if I use Sunny Day?
Oh, is that it? I remember.
Yeah,
just use
and she also has a
flamethrower.
jump fly that uses U-turn, which is a real motherfucker.
It sounds
I didn't have a
good.
fire Pokemon, Hector, please.
Yeah, well, the fact that Typhlosion can learn Eruption is pretty broken and just sweeps Erica.
Yeah.
Well, I chose for Alligator, you fuck.
Yeah. Fair enough. Who's next? I think it's
Koga.
Koga.
Isn't Sabrina 5 or she's 6?
She's 6.
Oh, shit.
Because then it's
Yeah.
Blaine and then Giovanni. The easiest way that I remember the leaders is that everything past them it's their weakness or their effectiveness. So it's like you have Brock who's rock and then water, electric, grass, then poison, psychic, fire, and then ground.
Yeah.
Which there's
Well,
that real break in the middle.
Isn't grass like just resist thunder?
Yeah,
I mean, electric.
it's a really hard break for that middle, but it's like fire because there's very few of them, and then Giovanni gets the rock type because
Well,
why not?
ground actually.
And then it moves on to
whatever.
the Elite Four
Yeah.
in some form.
And also, ground's effective against rock.
There you go. It comes full circle.
And also, ice is effective against
Ground.
Yeah, then there's
and
fighting.
then fighting. Then there's ghost, which can't touch it. Then,
and then
there's
dragon.
Dragon. Then Dragon just has a crown because it's Dragon type.
Fuck off, Lance.
Dragon sweep.
I'm a dragon trainer with my 3 flying Pokemon and 3 same dragon Pokemon.
No,
All
yes.
right, fucking Lance.
So that's all you could do, I suppose.
And they're all at level 50s, so he's cheating.
But Sabrina has always been notoriously the most difficult gym leader, just because she has an Alakazam.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alakazam's a mean fucker.
Yeah, it's in the Nuzlocke world in Fire Red, it's known as the Nuzlocke Ender.
Yeah.
Or the Nuzlocke point, where if you can beat Alakazam, you can beat the rest of the game, or you die to Alakazam. Alakazam's the true test.
Yeah, I could totally buy that
So
because it's just a fast and it hits goddamn hard.
It hits hard.
Especially if with a stab psychic. Fuck
yeah,
me. That's like 135 power.
it's
Yeah.
very mean.
And that's just doing neutral damage.
Fucking hell, man. Yeah, you need something to resist, and unfortunately, Dark types didn't exist to nerf it just yet.
I mean, with Fire Red, what would be a good... Is there a dark type you can get in Fire Red?
Ghosts.
You can get Magnemite or Magnetone. That'd be okay. It can resist it.
Oh, yeah. Does Steel still resist?
Yep, I think. Oh, I mean, I think so.
In Gen 1?
Don't code me.
Like OG Gen?
Or we're talking about like Fire Red.
Steel type didn't even exist in
Yeah.
OG. But don't quote me. But I think it could. I don't know.
I don't know.
Here-
Steel
here's the
resists a
typing
lot of
charts.
things.
It does. Yeah. There. I guess you can try to pull a Ghastly,
Yeah. Or a
but
Haunter.
it doesn't help that it also knows Shadow Ball.
Or if whether or not it still knows Psychic, which is effective against the family.
Yeah, because it's unfortunately also
sign.
poison.
Yeah, it's
Whoops.
oof. It's rough. It's rough, but and then yeah, Blaine isn't usually too difficult because at that point you're already surfed and you already have someone you already have a Pokemon that knows surf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Giovanni just sucks. Sorry, Gio.
Yeah, he really does.
But if you can defeat Blaine, you can defeat
I think
Giovanni.
Nidoking's kind of hard.
Surf. You already have the surf Pokemon. Use it.
I mean, I guess that's under the assumption that your surf Pokemon is a part of your main team and you're using it. Like what?
I mean,
what if this hypothetically speaking?
You also already have a huge pool of Pokemon you could pull from. Like Giovanni doesn't really have any huge aces besides Nidoking, and Nidoking really isn't that strong.
It's not even that bulky.
Yeah, like it's not as strong as it looks, honestly.
It still looks really good though.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
looks is cool. And it's usable, but I don't think it's ace worthy, especially for the 8th gym leader, which you're kind of expected to have the best Pokemon.
I mean, they don't usually follow that pattern a lot of times.
It's the optimized way to do it. But yeah. Anything else? I guess we could go over other trainers like Oak or something if we wanted to, or your rival.
Did you ever fight Oak?
I mean,
Were we supposed to?
Oak's in the files, but I don't think it's accessible. But it is in the data.
I've seen people that are able to battle him after doing something.
I don't think that's a real thing. Maybe if they like cheat and access the files.
I've seen a hack version of it, but
That's probably what happened.
yeah.
Like, yeah, because like as far as I can tell, I've never had the opportunity to do so.
I don't think anyone has in legit games at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we can move on to Elite Four.
Lorelei is the one you don't worry about.
Pretty much.
And then-
it's a nice type.
Or just water, electric, wind.
Yeah. Bruno's usually pretty easy.
Yeah, especially because he has 2 fucking Onyxes.
Yeah. Agatha can be a motherfucker.
Because of Gengar.
Yeah.
Lance, I feel like people have just grown to just dislike him.
You definitely need to be ready. You need to have Pokemon ready for Lance, which I think he is one of the most difficult ones in that aspect.
Yeah, because he has like 3 tanky fucking Dragonites.
Yeah.
And like an Aerodactyl who's pretty fast.
And a Charizard.
Oh, yeah.
He isn't
You're right.
he isn't difficult in the sense where like the game I'll definitely give you the tools to defeat him.
Right.
But you need to build around him is what's really annoying.
Yeah.
And then the rival battle isn't too difficult if he doesn't have a Charizard.
What makes the Charizard one worse?
Just faster.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's really it. Blastoise is kind of difficult if you aren't ready for the Blizzard.
Just because it's tanky. Like, it can take a crap ton of Thunderbolts.
If you're expected to go in there with the Grass Pokemon sweep, you're gonna get awfully disappointed with that Blizzard.
Absolutely.
Oof.
Yeah. Otherwise, though, yeah, it's not too hard to take down.
That's on the assumption that Blizzard hits.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
70 power, 70 accuracy basically means like 20%.
But you also have to remember this is Pokemon where the enemy always has like 100 accuracy and you have like 2.
Blizzard crit, lol.
Yeah.
And also, they get more lucky with confusion.
Or
Fuckers.
just most, if not all, statuses.
Yeah, those sons of bitches.
I only get a crit when I was gonna KO them anyways.
Yes.
Classic.
But yeah, overall though, Kanto, it can be difficult at some points. Like, there's definitely choke points. There's hard choke points in that game. Like, I think Misty and Sabrina come to mind.
Mm-hmm.
As
Misty, really?
Yeah, I think...
Isn't that Starmie?
Yeah, especially if you brought a Charmeleon along with you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, if in that case.
And you need to train the Oddish, because it's a very recent catch.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have Bulbasaur, it should be no problem. Even Wartortle might have problems.
You can also get a Pikachu very, very early in the game as well.
Yeah, it's
That's if you actually need it for anything, because Electric doesn't do fuck all anything in this game.
yeah.
Aesthetics. The music, graphics. and
Yeah, how do you guys feel about the aesthetic? Okay, so I'm gonna be blunt. My whole DeviantArt page is just based on the fact that I love the graphics of Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. I think if they expanded it, I would personally love it, but I don't know. I always thought the graphics too. That game was charming. I always hated the red and blue ones though. I know everyone loves them.
I mean, they're a bit crusty.
Yeah. They're very dated.
Like, a lot of the Pokemon just look terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like by Gen 3, the sprites look pretty damn good.
I like it more than the Gen 4 and 5 ones. They're actually my favorite
Okay,
ones.
nostalgia, bro.
I mean, for what it's worth, I like them even more than the Hoenn ones. But then again, the Hoenn ones are a little crustier themselves.
Some of them can be. Yeah.
I mean, at least, I mean, that makes sense because Green Leaf was the sec after Gen 3.
Yeah.
So
but
they had more time to refine it.
But I definitely like the ones here more, especially since there's nothing in 3D, so they didn't cop out.
I can take you preferring it over Gen 4. Gen 5, I'm like, bro, that
Sorry.
Pixar's immaculate.
I know.
That ain't me, man. That ain't me. And I know, and I'm. If it helps you sleep at night, I'm fully aware that I'm in the minority. I'm fully aware. I'm aware I'm the weird one. I'm the soy jack. You're the Giga Chad. I'm fully aware with that.
That's right. That's right.
But I'll stay in my soy jack corner and keep appreciating it from my own little room.
I'm glad you're aware. It's good when you're aware you're cringe.
But yeah, do you guys have any strong feelings about the graphics in that game?
The graphics.
They look good, and I like them.
It is Pokemon.
It's Pokemon.
I can't say I have anything too special to say about the graphics. No.
So what about the music, which I think is a little more topical?
I think the music is good, especially for Gen 1. They did a good job with it.
It's good. But whenever I think about music, I always go back to Labyrinth Town, because that's the one I always just think about.
I think just proxy of it being small, like, you know, being a shorter game, I always thought that Gen 1 had kind of the weaker soundtrack. Not the weakest, that goes to the next gen. But
yeah, that's fair.
Based.
And I don't know. I'm not gonna get into it too much with Gen 2, comparing Gen 2 and 4. I'll get to that when we get to Gen 4.
Oh yeah.
But I'll defend Gen 4 with my fucking life.
But music-wise, yeah, I don't know. Like, the champion theme is good. The Elite Four startup is fine.
That's fair.
The thing about like Pokemon as a series, a lot of it just is kind of like with Dragon Quest. A lot of it's the same, but not as like bad, because straight up Dragon Quest is just like, what if it was the same again? Like, at least like Pokemon reiterates on it and like improves and puts different remixes on it, and it's like kind of cool as being a fan, like really looking back on it and be like, wow, and that's neat.
That's true.
Like, so that's why like I think later gens probably have edge-wise on music, because they can just upgrade it and have its own stuff too.
Yeah.
I guess now really thinking about it, I am kind of giving it an unfair shot because I'm thinking of Fire Red when some of the Let's Go tracks go fucking hard.
That's fair.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it can.
I've heard the Gym Leader theme / Elite Four. It goes hard.
Oh yeah, I think music in Pokemon generally gets better with time.
Yeah.
For the most part.
I think the ratios might differentiate in each gen though.
That's fair. I can get behind that.
I can't say there's anything too spectacular with Scarlet and Violet, or anything that I even remember remotely.
Get ready for that final boss theme.
You got it.
Because don't worry, I'll have my own ratings on that one later, on the Gen 6. But, in Gen 1, I don't know, like, what are the standout tracks to you in general? Like, I think for me, it's the gym.
Yeah, Gym's always good.
I'm not, I don't know, I'm thinking about the regular trainer and wild ones, and, like, I don't know, they don't really stick out to me as, like, epic.
Alright, I'm gonna have to admit something I'm not gonna like. Oh god, I can't fucking believe this. I think the Hoenn games have a more memorable soundtrack because of the fucking trumpet. Like, at least I can remember.
It has an identity?
It has an identity.
Okay.
It has something that kind of makes it distinct beyond like its peers, beyond, because like it still has like familiar themes like the champion battle.
That is true.
But it has like a flair to it, even if it can be obnoxious at times.
I would say the same thing with Gen 4 and 6, but I just like them to different varied qualities. Because Gen 4 it has that weird synthesized effect that I fucking hate.
Wait, Gen 4?
Yeah, I hate whatever they use in there. And Gen 6 I've always associated with the electric guitar. Because they really love pulling that one out in that soundtrack. But yeah, I agree. Gen 1 kind of lacks that same identity. I think you can...
I mean, it is the first one.
Yeah, so I guess it is hard to fault it on that remark. But yeah, I think Lavender...
It's just kind of it lays the groundwork for it. Yeah. Like, the only thing that does stick out is Lavender Town because it's so different from the rest of the series.
Yeah, I like Cerulean's... You know what? I think Pallet Town's kind of special. I think Pallet Town and Route 1 had its own, like...
charm.
Yeah. Like its own like
Identity.
tone.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's people kind of forget because it's you go through Pallet Town so far, but I don't know when you listen to Pallet Town Solidarity. Fuck.
On its own.
On its own. Thank you. There's some charm to Pallet Town. I don't know. Even though starting towns do get better later on. But,
yeah, that's fair.
With music.
I need to listen. I need to do a comparison. I need to make a tier list.
We'll do one after the podcast.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Anything else on aesthetics? The trainers? I don't know.
The designs are okay.
Any trainer that you're like, oh god, that trainer look design.
Like,
looks
are you
good.
talking about trainer class?
Yeah, generics. I thought the last was cuter than Misty when I was a kid.
Last is pretty good.
Yeah, but whatever that's worth.
Which is your favorite last?
Oh god, I can barely remember them. Just because they're a more forgettable trainer class.
Exactly.
I was about to say race. Cut this out.
Keep it in.
It's such a forgettable race.
Yeah, I was like, jeez. I think I skipped that one.
Pokemon and their white people,
I was
right?
shaken.
Oh my god, that actually got me to my core.
I was in shock and awe.
I always thought the psychic ones look weird. You know which guys. You know which guys I actually really like? The fucking bikers.
Yeah.
I always thought they looked goofy.
The one with the Pikachu's on their freaking vests.
The big bald one.
Yeah.
With the bike.
Oh.
I always thought
they're absolute units.
Yeah, they're big.
I always thought they were kind of funny looking.
Blocks your path.
Yeah. Welcome to the cycling road, motherfucker. I have a weird like. I don't know. I always kind of hate the bird keepers because it looks like they just ate the bird.
My favorite bird keeper will actually have to be in Gen 4, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, where they go like they're coughing up the fucking feathers.
Yeah, like they're just like holding the empty bird cage and they're like, there's just like feathers falling down.
Like,
this is how it is in like Heart Gold.
Yeah.
Like I swear, like they had their ass to you.
Good.
I think the bug catchers are actually quite charming despite how much you see them. I actually really like him in this gen.
Oh, the little kid with
the fire ray where he goes like, yeah,
I got a thing.
I like the bug catchers. I think they're iconic like the youngsters are.
Yeah. I think they're the best in fire red in my opinion.
Yes.
But
they're the worst in Gen 3.
I still really I like the Bug Maniacs more because I like the idea of them just being like grown up versions, being like I'm still fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I really
like I think they have cages, and like there's a big net.
That's true. They have nets. I don't know about cages. I
could be wrong, but there's something.
You guys want to talk about Team Rocket at all? I don't know. They're definitely an organization.
They are. They're very well organized.
They're kind of like the most basic evil team, but it is the first one, and there's a charm to them because they're not going anything too abstract or crazy like certain other.
You can easily see their motivations. It's very clear. Which just want money.
Yeah, and they killed a Pokemon, which is kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
like they have that in their deeds.
Oh yeah. James is like, we'll just steal the Pikachu and give it to the boss, and we'll have money.
Yeah.
And then fucking imagine they're successful, like, here you go, boss, and then he just fucking shoots it. It's like, why'd you do that?
It's like Tails get trolls when fucking Daffy gets shot.
But it's now James with that face. I don't know, I think Meowth with that face would be funnier.
Holy shit!
Yeah, Tails make fuck. Meowth making the Tails face would be pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Wake up, Meowth! You fucked up.
That's right.
What a excellent piece of media.
What if Giovanni didn't know? It's like, holy shit, that Meowth can talk.
Oh my god.
Just shoots it.
The day.
Nah, that's 100% fucking being. He's getting Pokemon trafficked.
Oh yeah.
Good point. I could see Giovanni be like, "Oh shit, we can make money off of this."
Oh yeah, he is worth billions. 1 billion Poké-dollars.
Throws his Persian away. He's like, "What am I fucking using it
for?" Just like Family Guy style, throws him out the window and.
I'm so mid.
I like Persian though.
Persian's kind of mid. Cool. Mid.
I always disliked the Team Rocket underground base.
The
I
one
can't
under the
blame you.
casino?
Yeah.
Why?
I think I think the concealment is cool, but I just kind of hate the dungeon itself.
The freaking spinnies.
Are you talking about the movement panels?
Just the whole thing. I don't like the whole thing. It's so wide, big, it's a lot of running. I don't know.
I don't like running.
There's just a lot of battles in there too that are with low-level Pokemon, and I'm just like
That is certainly a problem series wide, where it's just like it feels bloated because there's so many battles that are just like effortless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's just like I kind of wish there was not as much meat. But then again, you needed to have those battles to get to the level curve.
Yeah.
I kinda
Unless
wish
the game has a bad level curve, and then it's just like fuck you.
Because friggin' first Gen 1 is the first game that actually implements the concept of like there's actually a limited pool of people that you can fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't fight these people anymore.
It's either that or you're gonna have to grind for hours in like
Versus Seeker.
yeah.
Which I don't believe they had in Fire Red.
I think they did.
Yeah,
They did?
that's when it was introduced.
Oh.
I thought it was introduced in like Emerald.
Emerald came after Fire Red.
Did it?
Yes.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird.
But in Emerald, I think they just had the call thing.
Yeah, the Pokénav.
Yeah,
Fuck.
and I think it was more consistent than the Hard Gold one.
Yeah.
If I recall
God, I
correctly.
can't wait to talk about Gen 3.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that one. Anything else you guys want to talk about Gen 1? What's our next topic? If we can get to...
Side content and post games.
Is there a post game?
I already talked about Sevi Islands quite a bit, and I like them.
I don't think there is a post game.
I recall there's a battle tower in my memory. That might be fake, though.
No.
Might be an
I don't think
artificial.
there is a battle tower.
Not in
Yeah,
Gen
that's
1.
probably something artificially made in my mind.
There's a battle tower in Hoenn.
Yeah, I mean, we can get into Mount Silver, but I think that's more
Gen
safe.
2.
Yeah.
That's Gen 2.
Because technically, I think Mount Silver's technically listed under Kanto.
Yes, but you can only ever get it in the Gen 2 games.
Yeah, so I'm gonna...
So I just still associate with Johto.
Yeah, we'll save it for that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't say much about the Save the Islands, but I think they're cool. I don't remember too much about them because it's been years since I played Fire Red.
All right. So I guess at this point, it's open mic on any thoughts, any closing thoughts, if you want, on Gen 1 that maybe you didn't list off. Maybe you can rant about Drowsy and Hypno if you wanted to. And how weird
I have
they
a
were.
rant coming up.
Oh shit! Devin's crossing his arms.
Hey, they're crossed!
What the fuck were they thinking with Dragonite?
That's a really good question, actually.
I don't think it's that bad. It is, admittedly, it is a downgrade. It's not that bad though.
Where's the cohesion? Because Dratini to Dragonair makes sense. I love those Pokemon. I'm not even saying I hate Dragonite. I don't think it's even a bad design. It's just like, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah, I think you could have done like a. This is a weird thing. If you could mix Milotic and Gyarados, that's kind of what I'd imagine the evolution to Dragonair would be.
I see what you mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see what you mean. It's just like it's one of the more baffling. Like, you turned into this, and Pokemon has that multiple times, but this is the one that's the most baffling because I generally think Dratini and Dragonair are like fantastic Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I'm not even, like I said, Dragonite is not a bad Pokemon. It's just like, what the fuck happened?
It definitely should have leaned closer to a Japanese dragon than a Western one.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like, it should have just stayed like a serpent.
Yeah.
And like it's like kind of the same realm to me with Goudreau. It's like it feels like a Pokemon made for porn. Like, I'm sorry.
I still don't know. I still don't know about that about Goudreau. I feel people perceive that, and I look at it as like, oh, this is a Dragon Tales character. That's what I
Some
see.
people want to fuck those Dragon Tales characters.
Oh, boy. Let's not get into porn with a Vaporeon being in the same fucking gen.
That's true, but that's a coffee pasta.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
really
fair.
true?
That's true. At least we're not in Gen 3. But
Yeah.
Oh God, that one's just explicit because
Well,
I can't stop hearing the Coomers talk about it.
if we're on this topic,
Beaming.
whether it gets cut out or not, I did not realize there was a crowd for Mewtwo.
Oh,
That's always surprised me. They're niche, they're small, but they're very passionate.
it's humanoid enough.
It is human enough, and they usually associate it with the kind of like this agender kind of vibe, so you can kind of go with either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
The check.
this is very low hanging fruit, so I don't want to get into.
That's fair.
I don't want this to turn into a Ruby podcast where we just have a chunk where we just talk about porn.
Sorry, my brain was just on porn about Dragonite. I just don't know why.
I don't know why Dragonite though.
I don't know. I guess it's because it's kind of chunky and big, and it kind of looks like it wants to get fucked.
Is it like is this like Aaron with Dr. Eggman?
What?
It kind of feels like how Aaron from Game Grumps felt about how hot Dr. Eggman is because of the shape, because it feels plasticky and hard.
What the fuck?
Like an egg.
Like an egg, yeah. There's some. This is how I feel. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
I don't know. I just get the vibe that Dragonite wants to get fucked.
He looks like he wants to get fucked.
He has those fuck me eyes, or they, I should say.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, it could be either.
Yeah, that's why I said they.
Whatever your preference, you want, you can call it a he or a she. We'll discover which porn you're more. You're more.
Does my
radiant
Dragonite have a dick or a vagina?
You can fuck both if you want to.
More the merrier, I guess.
Male Dragonite is such a bottom. Of course, he takes it in the ass.
I don't know. I'm thinking of one of my favorite Twitter posts.
Oh no, this is going downhill.
No.
You're cutting all this shit out.
No, I'm not.
You're gonna cut out a shit ton of the
It's his
shit.
choice. It's his preference. He's doing the work.
I'm doing part of the editing, and I'm gonna make sure to cut some of this shit.
One of my favorite posts on Twitter is just like, this is like top, this is bottom, and then the quote reply is just like, next thing they're gonna say is like, how I breathe is sexualized. How I breathe. I think about that tweet a lot.
Yeah.
Every time someone says like that's such bottom behavior, I'm like, top, bottom? I just want to grill for God's sake.
I think Scyther's kind of cool.
Cypher is.
Scyther looks badass.
You probably, yeah. But just waiting for it to evolve.
Now, to be fair, I legitimately think that Scyther looks better than Scizor.
Ooh.
I know.
That's your opinion.
I mean,
I'll let you keep it.
To be fair, Cypher's pretty fucking cool.
It looks great.
It looks really cool. But I love Scizor.
I will, however, say both Scyther and Scizor, and this is just going to be me freaking dissing on Arceus. Those two look far better than Cleavor.
I like Cleavor.
I agree.
I know.
I agree.
I know. A lot of people like
I'm
Cleavor.
a historian Pokemon enjoyer.
Some of them are better.
I like a few. Not all of them.
How do you guys feel about the Safari Zone in this game? I mean, I generally don't like Safari Zones just because it's really annoying to try to catch some rare Pokemon like Chansey.
You don't really get anything in this Safari Zone except for maybe Dratini.
Oh, you get Dratini in the Safari Zone?
Yes.
Fuck.
Or you have to buy it.
I don't know. I thought Safari Zone's like a cool, different way of catching Pokemon. It's a kind of fun diversion. I don't do it too much times.
I just wish there was an easier way to catch Chansey, honestly. That's really what I want.
I guess you had a lot of bad memories of like, come on, please, just go in the goddamn Pokeball.
It starts
really
running
annoying.
away. Where are you going? Why are you running?
Then again, I've never caught Chansey. Never felt the inclination.
I just always kind of wanted to try. It's always been a Pokemon that's always been there.
Kangaskhan was always that for me too in Gen 1.
And Aerodactyl as well.
Aerodactyl, it's a fossil.
Yeah, you could just do it for that way.
I don't think I've ever bothered. I think that's the thing.
There's no reason to bother because when you get it, it has to be at Sandalwood Islands. What is it? Cinderwood?
Yeah, Cinnabar.
Cinnabar. It's the Cinnabar Islands, and then when you get it,
late.
it's I believe it's level 5 or 25.
Oh fuck!
It's way too late.
I recall 30, maybe?
I don't know.
It's
way late.
Yeah.
It's way too late.
And you really don't need it for the other like Elite Fours or anything.
It's near worthless.
It gets bodied by Lurai. It can do well with Bruno. Doesn't do much for Agatha, and Lance doesn't do shit.
No, because he even has one, and you can just
like at least with
one-shot it.
Blue, you can. It's good against his Executor for what that's worth.
There's way better options.
Oh,
I mean, I'm just trying to give it. I'm trying to give it a fine chance.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
But
try
then
to.
it gets to Mega Evolution in Gen 6, and then it becomes aight.
What if it had a goatee?
What if it just had rocks spouting out from its body and it's just in pain 24/7?
Primate's a weird,
You
a
did
weird
this
one
to
too.
me.
Primate is the definition of like the early game Pokemon you abandon. To me,
Primate got so much better in Gen 9.
Yes.
In Gen 9, I love Annihilate. He's
Annihilate's
really good.
fucking awesome.
But we'll get to that point.
Annihilate's
Just
fucking
add another
rad.
evolution, you cowards.
It'd be like
You know you want to.
Same
what?
with freaking Arbok
For
as well.
all Pokemon, like just add the third evolution.
Yeah.
Just do it. Crowbat's great. Come on.
Crobat's fucking awesome.
Freaking
Man.
Scyther.
And they even did an evolution for a Girafarig.
Yeah.
I think my theory is that Game Freak doesn't want to commit. Like if they add, for example, if they add Golbat and Zubat, they have to add Crobat.
Yeah.
If they add Ralts, they have to add Kirlia, Gardevoir, and Gallade.
Yeah, that's
So that's why I think like they don't want to add another evolution because they know they now have to add it.
I mean, they
That's
did.
fine,
They
though.
did it for Dunsparce and Girafarig in Gen
Yeah.
9, so it's not like they're super opposed to it. I just don't think they would do a lot of them at once.
I guess that's fair.
They probably just do a couple just to give us like a sprinkle.
Okay.
And to be fair, when it comes to Girafarig and Dunsparce, even with Scyther, they just needed the 2. And they even decided, you know what? Let's give Scyther another one. So that's 3. Which you actually can get in this game.
Shout out to Charizard getting a bunch of fucking forms in the future. Oh my god.
What is it at 7 now?
There's the 2 Megas. He gets 2.
We got
Gigantamax.
Gigantamax.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
it?
That's still a lot.
Yeah, so it's 3 added on its original 3.
That is a lot. Mega Charizard X is better.
I still think Y is aesthetically better.
Shiny Y.
I don't know Shiny Y.
It's the same as X.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just something that really appeals to me. Like, there's a child. Black and yellow. Not black and yellow.
Black and blue.
Black and blue looks really cool, and it's a dragon. It's so cool.
Zekrom did it better.
Shut up. Shut the fuck
Hey,
up.
Devin.
Shut up. Shut up. I love Mega Charizard X. It goes so hard and so cool.
it stays
and it makes me
fat.
feel like a child being like, ooh, it's so cool. Ooh.
To be fair, I was the exact same way when I saw Mega Blaziken.
That's fair. I can understand that.
I'm like, oh my god, my favorite toy got bigger.
It did.
And then I saw-
Mega Blaziken has one of the coolest stances.
He is so good.
I don't know what's the pop off for that. For like a Pokemon that I wasn't ready for, and it just fucking evolves like, oh fuck.
Where you evolution that you pog at.
Yeah, like something that just makes my jaw drop.
And you're like, I'm such an impressor that it's hard to be impressed.
Because like something like Gardevoir, I saw it with Wally first.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what? I think
Like you're talking about an evolution that just takes you aback, like
Yeah.
surprises you in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way.
I think mine probably had to be, and I know that this is going to be for Gen 4, but probably Electivire and Magmortar. 'Cause I love Electivire's design.
Did you ever evolve it naturally?
No, but the fact that like I saw it in the anime and it just looked cool.
Oh, that's fair.
And I'm like, oh, I want one of those. How do you even get that? And then you look it up, and it's like, you have to evolve an Electabuzz? How do you even get that? And then you actually find out how to do it, and you're like, ew, I need friends? Why?
Actually, I can think of. Well, I don't know if I did. I think I was pretty blown away with Lucario.
Lucario's really good.
Yeah.
His design-wise?
When evolving from Riolu to Lucario, I
That's
popped off.
weird because I knew about Lucario before Riolo because I always had this weird misconception that Lucario is a legendary, but the
kinda treat him as one.
He got his own fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's okay movie. It has the Regis and they do the weird funny noises.
Oh boy, can't wait for Gen 3.
Yes. Let's go.
But
Lucario, Lucario technically Gen 3 Pokemon, let's go.
Is it?
well, the Regis are Gen 3.
I know.
They are.
And I think that was a Gen 3 movie? Question mark?
It was.
It
Yeah,
was?
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But no, Lucario's Gen 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of any other one. Anyways, do you guys? I guess we kind of ran dry on Gen 1.
Yeah.
There's not too much about Gen 1 that you can talk about that's not based around nostalgia.
Based
Yeah.
around being the first one.
Yeah. It's the first one.
Yeah, like I don't think Gen 1's bad nor good. I mean, if you talk about actual Gen 1,
Yeah, Red and Blue.
Red and Blue, they're a bit aced as fuck. But like Red Leaf Green, Fire Red, they're still perfectly fine. Although I have
They could use an XP share.
Yeah.
well, that's a lot of older Pokemon games, but like I have a hard time going back to Gen 4 games because I'm like I really like the physical special split.
Yeah.
There's so much more depth to Pokemon for me with that.
They exist in Gen 3.
They do.
No,
Yeah.
no, not the
What?
no. I mean like the moves, like because certain types before Gen 4 were like Fire Special. Like psychic.
Oh, you're saying there's more moves? There's a bigger move pool?
No, like certain types were like either physical or special. And then Gen
I
4
could have sworn that was in Fire Red.
No.
I mean, I'm playing the ROM version, and I don't know if they have those updates in it,
It could.
but I don't know.
Like is it like the actual like raw regular
Yep,
fire
I see the big blast and the little pool, little blue pool.
I could it's definitely I know Gen 4 did that. The physical special split.
Definitely them. Definitely. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, Fire Left, Leaf Green are perfectly good Pokemon games to play.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
They were
but I
really-
don't have much passion nor vitriol in my heart towards Gen 1. But I think they're good. Thumbs up.
There's nothing about it that I hate.
If we're comparing the 8 all 8 ones I've played, all 8 gens, I think it barely inches out on the better half, or it's on the best end of the worst half.
Yeah. I kind of have to
I think
agree.
it's probably in the middle for me.
Yeah. It's somewhere in the middle, I suppose. So I guess you have 9, so maybe you definitely have an Axis 2 in middle.
You literally have a middle, yeah.
Yeah, I don't quite
Yeah,
have that yet.
it's probably in the middle for me.
Very serviceable. Doesn't do too much wrong, but that doesn't pop off.
Right.
It did what it needed to do when it came to making a franchise.
Yeah.
You done good, Gen 1. Thank you, Game Freak. Very cool.
All right. And there's really no other Pokemon we could talk about, like Beedrills, whatever.
I still think Beedrill's cool, and I wish it was able to be better in the future.
Can't talk much about Ditto or Taurus. We all know the Ditto and the Taurus memes.
Tauros got better.
Taurus no surf. Right on these nuts, got him.
I got him.
And, you know, they're Pokemon.
Lickitung, though.
Duck Trio's a
Oh,
Pokemon.
no, Lickitung's Gen 2.
Gen 1.
Gen 1.
Oh, Oh, this...
Hey, I just realized we managed to go out this long. Oh, fuck, no, we did mention Pikachu. Fuck, I was hoping
Yeah.
there'd be a Pikachu-free topic.
Well, no,
Damn.
I only mentioned Pikachu
Damn.
because we were talking about
Exactly.
Misty.
Exactly.
Are you
we
sh-
almost did it.
Are you
Almost did it.
sure Tangle is your least favorite? Pikachu's right there.
I have some extra spite towards Pikachu.
I do too.
But I
There's a reason
understand why people like it.
because it's the one. It's
Yeah.
it's the Ash.
There's no
one.
irrational hate. There's a very logical hate.
It's
towards
the
Pikachu.
logical hate.
It's
Yeah.
the balloon that flies during the Macy's Day parade. It's Pikachu. It starts with P, just like Pokemon
And penis.
and penis.
Tentacool, there's a lot of them.
I like Tentacool.
There was the episode where Tentacool got so upset that it grew bigger and then it destroyed a city.
That was part of the opening.
Yes.
All right. So next time we're gonna be talking about Gen 2. Unless you have any more closing thoughts, Derek. Sorry, I'm a little scattered brain. Gen 1 exists?
I like the Gen 1 anime.
Gen 1 anime is good.
It's
I have
good.
good memories.
I like parts of Gen 1 anime. If I try to watch it now, I probably blow my fucking brains out.
I think I want Gen 1 to have the Legend of Arceus treatment.
Like have its own like little like side little game for it. Like
I wish it did.
I kind of want the opposite of what Legend of Arceus did, where instead of going to the past, they go to the future.
okay.
So it just takes place in today's Japan.
Just a more high-tech future city. Like, I don't know. I think that'd be more cool, but that'd be more resource intensive.
New Neo Kanto region.
Yeah.
Freaking cyberpunk Kanto. Where it's all VR Pokemon fucking.
Oh my god.
The amount of furries just destroys the entire internet basis where everyone gets their own personal Pokemon persona that they get to walk around in.
My Utopia.
Why would you need that when there's literal Gardevoir?
No, exactly. Well, it's not as if that you're just gonna go out and catch the Pokemon. No, you're gonna stay inside and play VR Pokemon.
Oh boy, this is getting too logical for the really shitty things people would do in the real life world, like fucking Gardevoir, Ralts trafficking.
Ralts trafficking, freaking
God,
Pokemon
Jesus
strip clubs.
Christ.
Dude, it would 100% happen.
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
It's literally what Team Rocket does.
I don't want to
now.
think about Gardevoir until the Gen 3 podcast. We'll dedicate at least half an hour for Gardevoir specifically.
There-
I will.
There's one ROM.
Oh, I know.
There's that ROM hack where you play as the Team Rocket grunt.
I mean,
and
all ROM hacks of Pokemon, or most anyways, are fucking edgy.
Yeah, but that one in particular, I remember in the post game, you can talk to one of the guys, and in the jail cell said, "Oh, come on, man! Don't you if you had a Gardevoir like mine, you wouldn't blame me."
Oh my fucking god.
It's also a male Gardevoir.
I mean,
Pokemon-
Coomer logic, probably.
Pokemon ROM hacks feel like a little true try-hard edge, though.
Yeah, I like the more wholesome ones that try to go for that route because it's more refreshing.
Yeah.
But how do you, Gen 1? How do you feel again?
4 or 5.
Okay.
Out of 9, whichever.
All right, and next time we're going to be talking about Gen 2, and I'm pretty sure we're going to skim over some things we missed in Gen 1, so don't worry.
Well, yeah. 'Cause
Don't
at least-
worry, it's perfect to talk about that in Gen 2 because it's derivative of Gen 1.
Exactly. Anyways.
Honestly, it feels it would fit thematically. I don't know. It would,
Yes.
with Gen 2.
Exactly.
We talk about the bad part, and then we talk even more about the good part.
Oh god, fucking Zoto.
I'm gonna give this gen an electrode out of 10. Bye-bye.
That's a big one.
Bye bye. See you in Gen 2.